How's it going? I was just working on the back of the superstructure. I don't know, the main sort of cabin area in the bridge. So I think I'm going to do this kind of thing where there's like a staircase that runs up the middle. And then once it gets to here, just below the main deck, there will be a staircase off to the side maybe that comes up. And then this will be the very top floor where the bridge is located. So there's a good chance that the whole ship might get a little bit shorter. But the alternate option for that is that it actually all goes up, and from the deck we get access to probably a cargo hold, because a cargo hold would be really nice on this. But like if you're going to be trying to crane things in, you've got this little gap up here, and if I put a helipad on top, how are you supposed to access that? But if it's on the back, then we can just park up next to wherever, another ship or a port, use the crane, swing stuff over, and then I think like a massive garage door on half of it, half the rear deck here, and then that gives you access to come inside, and then the whole space across here could be cargo hold. I don't think I would really use it for anything, but it would maybe be good if you had like a submersible or something. You could stow it away and then pull it out, chuck it over the back, and that would keep the back clear for everything else. So right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get a door on here. I've kind of got a nice window. I can't walk all the way up here yet, but this side is pretty much, basically I work on one side and then I copy it over to the other side. So I can walk around the front, and then we have the door, opens inwards, stairs up, and then I haven't finished the floor in here, but then you've got access to all your windows. So I'm just not sure about the stairway. I think it's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than this. It's when you're looking at it from the front, having the door kind of just in the wall, in a flat piece of wall, and what is otherwise quite an angled wall with the windows and the pieces below. It's a bit weird. So I could try maybe recessing the door back a bit. On the other side though, it works quite well, having this little cutout thing for the door to come into, and then still being able to see out those windows when you're up over here. And then what would happen is when it starts to curve up, or when it angles up to here, that would meet the bottom of the rail, which might mean that some of this window gets a bit shorter, which doesn't really bother me too much. Having this window, it would have to be 2 of these 3 wide windows shorter, so it'd only be 3 windows across. That would obviously give me 3 blocks of space on the sides to put my walkways, and then a bit of that 1x2 wedge up. I've just got to figure out what I'm doing with this door. I had thought maybe a sliding door would be kind of interesting. Cuts into that bit of window, which I quite like that window there actually. But this probably needs to be a rail, a handrail here. Maybe not. Because the handrail, while it would look nice, so we're only dealing with a 3 high wall on the interior, so it would have this bit where it's like taller at the very top, and then there's no way other than using pipes to kind of curve that back around onto this. Leaving this bit open here, I could put maybe some equipment or something that I want to access quickly in there. Or it could just be a nice place to put some decorative things like pipes and stuff. I might just try and make this window shorter. See where this original bridge is the same width. So I don't really want to get rid of this window, and I like what I did here, giving it a much larger section on the diagonal. And then I thought this was pretty sneaky to get the like backwards corner window. Pretty sure I need to get rid of the 2 of those windows though. Otherwise I just don't have any space. I'd have to make the whole ship wider. Do I make the ship wider just to accommodate these windows? Or I just like say that you can't walk around the side of the bridge. You have to go inside. I think I'll delete this old one. It's pretty much have it sorted down here in the new version. It's all basically the same. I wanted to lift this whole thing up. So essentially this needs to go up to there. Maybe up 2 more, and then that will let me put another 1x2 wedge on there. And then I don't think this gap below it, below the stairs, is high enough, because there would be another floor through here. Then that gives me 9. That's not much. That would be like cargo hold access. How high do I need to make this? Oh, I could maybe put the door for the cargo hold through where the staircase is. No, I might need to mirror the staircase, that's all. So I've shifted it up and down a little bit. I've got to probably cut off this door on the left here, cut all this and then mirror it back over. And I think I'm moving this bottom staircase, something like this, so that there's probably a gap of 5, I think it'll be. So from where the rail ends, we need 1, 2, 3, and then where the next rail ends. And what that does, so instead of like coming out along here, this rail just continues straight on. Actually, if it came out like this, then I could at least divert it in this direction. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done all my rails wrong. All these bottom ones, they need to go back in a little bit. And it's all going to be mirrored as well, because the crane will be on the right side. And so I want most of the empty space on the left side, and then there'll be a door at the end here. Like a big folding sealable door. Hopefully one that's big enough to get even like semi-trucks and tanks and whatever other nonsense you want to put in there into it. So now I just need to scoop all of this up. Ugh, it's not going to be happy about this, but cut it, flip it, put it back in place. And then I guess I just need to grab the top section where that door is. Probably like from here, from there. Put that on the other side. The door might need flipping, but damn it, what have I done? So I do need to actually chop off a piece, and then I can go into these 1x2 wedges. I bet you I can get the wedges and the what do you call it, the walkway going around here as well. But I've only got 3, I think. Yeah, I'm only leaving a 3 wide space for all my walkways. It doesn't explain why everything's offset. Oh well, problems for future me. So if I give myself 4 sticking out the side, probably just a little wedge on the corner. then you can walk all the way around. I need a staircase still that can come up into here. I reckon I can bring the tip of the bow backwards as well, so I can make the deck even longer. I don't know where the staircase is going to fit in. If it's an internal staircase, I think that's maybe not the right way to do it. So where can I fit this? I might be able to just tack it on the side. Or that's why all my like walkways down below are wider. It's because I've got rails, like 2 sets of rails or 2 rows of rails rather than a wall and a rail. It'd be better if it were actually in line with everything. So maybe if I push this whole top section of the bridge back, the whole bridge window, or push it forwards, then I can fit another staircase in that pops up just before the door. And then I would just extend this section over here so you can walk around. Let's give that a go. So I'm just grabbing the top, only the top. Okay, and now cut the stairs. Stairs will go across and line up with the staircase below. It's like it wants to move the whole bridge window section, top section back or forwards another 1 block. Oh, if I bring it forwards, then it lines up with the pillar. The pillar. Get rid of that, get rid of this. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted. Does it work? It's not bad, actually. Not a bad flow. I think to get the rail in here for this front segment, just this piece would need to be extended out. Might even push these staircases across one, because then it will... What's going on here? If I push them across one, then it gives me a 5 block gap on this segment. And this one here probably also needs to get extended right to the edge. Depends where I put doors and how you're going into each section. Generally though, I think that is a good idea. Good rear layout. Yeah. These doors, like being real flat, you kind of just, like, I forgot about them doing all the other stuff, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to decorate it and hide them quite easily. I was also going to put rails on top of this. The mast still has to go up here, and you still want to be able to walk around up here, I think, so might as well put rails up here. I think that's actually screwed. I'm pretty sure I have to put a block, like, to get the rail to work properly on top of this kind of pyramid-y inverted machining blah blah blah. To get it to work nicely up here, I've got to put a block in there. This makes it basically impossible to jump off the top. Which, like, you shouldn't be trying to jump off the top anyway. Maybe I need to put a little ledge, a little step somewhere so you can jump off the top. And I think... Can I get away with putting a window in here? Like, cutting it open? I better leave that for now. That's kind of like merging too many ideas at once. Get this finished and then see if I can squish it in there. I think I'll bring this corner though all the way back to here. Yeah, that'll work way better. Yeah, that's all come together really well. Got a lot of it's got a lot of the ideas that I thought were really good for this. So like the angled windows looking out over the side, so you can kind of see more off into the ocean, even though it's kind of blocked by the walkway. But then having the walkway is one of those things I wanted. Having this little angled piece here, because I think that's going to open up another sort of exterior walkway. Being able to just walk upstairs the whole way to the top, while also leaving this huge open section here for my cargo hold. Yeah, so I can put a door in that can go basically like that. Oh, that's so good. What are these? Okay. That's actually... I wonder where this is going to sit in the water, if it's already kind of cutting into the 1x4s near the bottom. And I might need to bring this wall across. Maybe one more, because you got to think when the door is open, where is it going to... What's it going to interact with when it's open? I think like this is probably okay. It's going to be really close. Yeah, it'll be on the very bottom of that staircase. And I can always bring the height down. I'm just setting it right up to the very top, just because I can. I might even like not completely enclose this, leave it so it's like open and you can maybe walk back and there's some other thing back here that's like still technically outside. Actually, it'd be really good if it's going to be like outside, then down here would be where I could... Oh no. Grr. I wanted to have one of those ramp things that folds out the side like Maverick's ship did, but if I'm already this low into the deck where the 1x4s start, the 1x4s might have to be the beginning of the pivot, but then they'll like pivot inside. It's really kind of... It's a lot trickier to pivot a wedge than it is to pivot just a flat section. Let's say I've got like this much space, it's still technically outside, or it could just be straight from here. Then I have to put the pivots in there. I think it's actually got to be 5 across because of the rails, but the rails, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and then I can just make this go up as high as I need it to. It'd be really good to put a stair at the end. But I don't think that's going to work very well. What I could do is put in just a wedge. But a new problem, now that this is like poking out, this is potentially a walkway that has a big old rail in it. Yeah, so that would need to go down a bit. So we're on deck, maybe we've just pulled into a port. Okay, didn't think about that. Hold on a minute. I'm just gonna get rid of the rail. The rail's not important. Damn you. Okay, no rails for now. Pulled into port, no more rails. There you go. Little gangway. That's probably even quite helpful. That's probably quite helpful even if you're just like trying to transfer stuff or trying to transfer people between two ships. Just gives you like a plank if you want to be a pirate, kick some people off your boat. And then on the outside, you'd never know. And yeah, I guess depending on where it sits in the water, you would want to lift and or raise and lower that so that it sits at about the same height as the dock, I guess. But then the docks are so high in Stormworks, you might have to have one at the bottom for like normal ports and then one up really high for all the Stormworks docks. In the cargo hold, I can fit my truck in here, right? But I'm pretty sure some of my trailers are a bit taller than that. Pretty sure a lot of my trailers are taller than that, especially if it's like a if it's one of those ones that can have a container on it and then it's on a trailer. How'd you get the truck onto the ship in the first place? I don't know. having the option at least to drive vehicles inside. I think that's pretty nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, okay, so I've got space for my engines. I only just started to consider that. How much room is there for engines? So yeah, this whole section up to that floor inside all the way to the front, probably going to be cargo hold. So it'd be nice to be able to decorate it with things, and I think it would be good to be able to put some of the vehicles I want to deploy in here. Like there could be a system, or even there'd probably be a gantry crane inside, and then tracks that run through here. And then I'd be able to have like the rib and the lifeboat all kind of just sitting in here. And then maybe not the lifeboat because you want to deploy that quickly, but some of the stuff that maybe I'm not using so often can be in here and put onto a track and then sent out the back. And then down here we've got space for all the big pistons. So I had set it up in a way, we've got a gap down below, and then that is going to be the whole roll stabilizer. This whole section below, all the way to the front, is roll stabilizer. Then from here we've got place for the engine. So this is 6 cylinders on each side. I might increase that, maybe 12 large steam pistons for the engine. And then I started cutting out some space back here for fluid jets. I've got 4 fluid jets. I don't like the sound the propeller makes, so I don't want to use the propeller. And yeah, I think this amount of stairs, like 4 sets of stairs, and especially having the turn in the middle that kind of breaks up the going between floors. It's actually quite a nice flow if you're just trying to navigate the ship, if you're trying to get around. Probably put a door in here, and so you have to like go past each stair to put the doors on the far right side. Door here. Because I think, yeah, the cargo hold will probably, if I put a door there, I maybe either do a walkway through the cargo hold, and maybe there's like rooms up the front or something, so that I can try and make better use of where all this crazy wedges are. Or the cargo hold is maybe only half of this section, and then I get another room on the other side for something. Depends how many rooms I want to put in this. And I am very curious about trying to put a hospital on here, like a hospital zone where you can rescue people to. I figure if you've been playing career long enough to earn the money to spawn this thing in, you should be allowed to have a hospital on board. But I don't know how that works. Obviously there is the ability to move a hospital zone because the hospital ship moves around. Whether or not you can spawn it, but it must just be a Lua script, so there must be a way to spawn it. The whole front of the ship is going to need fixing. Kind of wish I didn't put all these wedges in. I was trying to get rid of the physics shape error. It did get rid of it, but it makes it real hard to modify the shape now. Because it doesn't need to be that long. Like where the bridge is, the bridge will probably come in, and then will probably be the end of the ship there. Yeah, I can cut this whole section off. I think I'm going to take the rear section here of the bridge and just use that for the front section as well. And maybe I'll try and use more of these angled windows as it comes back though, because I kind of want this section here to come straight across. Just a bit of pain in the ass with these windows. I could just go from here and angle straight up to the middle. Is that maybe a bit weird? Just suddenly goes full angle. I feel like it needs to go flat first. I mean, we're already on the flat section, aren't we? We've gone, you know, they always have this bit out the back, then they come out the sides, then they go across flat. I don't know. 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 There we go. A bridge. A bridge with doors and windows all around. Wait, I've botched it. Wait a minute, I've botched it. Oh, that's pretty good. That's very good. I think the visibility on the back is maybe a little suspicious. There's probably not really much you would do about it though. And then up here we've got good visibility, but that is kind of because we're missing some of the front. But yep, this is good. This is pretty much how I'm going to leave the bridge. There'll be the same kind of thing I talked about before, with a seat in the middle, a big navigation map behind it, and then there might even be a control somewhere at the back here so that you can control the crane from the bridge. I kind of don't want to do that because it's the kind of thing that controlling it from here is probably kind of sketchy. But I don't know. Coming around here, this is probably just going to go just in front of it, and then I guess the bow will start going down and then it will come back under. We've got to try and fit a helipad on here. There probably needs to be another way to access going down. So perhaps somewhere in the front there'll be a staircase that goes down one floor, and then there'll be an internal staircase, I bet, somewhere, so you probably won't always be running to the back to use these stairs. It's a very big crane, isn't it, for the size of the hull? It's like just massive. It's too big. If I remember correctly, there was a bit where it was kind of flat. I'm just gonna wing it a little bit here. It's quite a lot rounder now, the way I just did it. No. It needs to go up one. I can't have this row. Have I done it right? Is that right? Or is that still too long? Have I just cut it and then put it back exactly how it was? Oh, what is going on? No, it's rolling? Damn, that must be too much weight up high. It might be because the cargo bay door is open. When I was testing it before, all of that stuff was sealed up. So if I just temporary wall that, I'm pretty sure even if I put a wall here, it's gonna like make a loud hissing. So I think I need to set up the actual door and make sure it works. Okay, I'll show you the things that have changed. So last time I didn't have this back section. I've tried to smooth it off at the back so I can chuck the fluid jets out the back. So we've lost some buoyancy there. Obviously, because the front is now further back, we've lost more buoyancy. But the main thing is that we've gained a whole bunch of weight, I suppose, up high. Especially with all the stairs and rails and stuff. I don't think there's any water inside anywhere, so it's just weight. It looks very tall and very stubby. I think maybe if it were longer, it might not want to roll. I don't really want to try and make it shorter because, like on the front at least, I wouldn't mind angling the front up more. So like cutting it off lower and angling up earlier. I think what I need to do is stretch the back out though. And that's quite a bit longer, isn't it? It's 16 blocks longer than it was before. I don't think that's gonna stop it from rolling over though. Oh, what is all that? What? Oh, this is a rope. This is the rope connecting the two winches. Yeah, it's just too heavy up top. I'll try putting just static barrels in for now. Eventually they'll probably be something like this, where it's quite a lot of them across. I think this is 7 across. And I will have a lot more in specific places as well. It won't just be the roll stabilizer. That's not really that much weight to be putting in the bottom. If it stops it from rolling, that'd be nice. I think it might have. So what I'm going to do at some point is the back section will have a water ballast in it, and so where it's floating right now, that will be brought down from a water ballast. The front will be controlled with a static weight because I want to get the, probably like just below these holes will be the water line. But like once I fill it up with stuff, it's probably gonna want to sit nicely anyway. But for the back, because it's got the crane on it, I want the back to be able to go up and down as I add loads. Like if I pick up a boat or a plane or something, put it on the back. I want to be able to change that, and the best way to do that with a boat is going to be to pump in and out seawater as the weight changes to try and keep it level. I think the bow could definitely slant down earlier, like here, could definitely come down earlier, and it could just be a lot stubbier in general. And then that would allow for the rear section to get even longer. Next time I think I'll try put a helipad on, see where I can fit that. If I can't get a helipad on the front, then I can make something on the rear deck that maybe moves, folds out, slides out, lifts up, something. And just shift the helipad onto the rear deck. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.